Yeah, that's an actual video that got shared today by Donald Trump. I can't make this crap up. I mean, the U.S. president literally did that heading over to the NATO summit. Like, what the hell, man? Like, am I living in a dream world right here? Did that actually happen today? It did. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys doing? Listen, we've got some things to go over. Number one, we got New York City that may actually be turning Muslim. That's right. The mayoral candidate that I warned you guys about this morning looks like he might actually be leading in some of the polls. And when I mean like leading, I mean he's doing okay. He's not bad. The last time I checked right before I came on, looked like he was actually leading Andrew Cuomo. And what's more is it's not like, how do I want to say this? He called to globalize the Intifada. Like, can I make that more clear? Like the guy that's running for New York City wants people to globalize the Intifada. I've got it in writing, like right in front of me here, and I'm going to show you guys just a minute. Also, Iran came out and claimed that they're going to continue to enrich uranium. So there's that. That's good news, right? Iran's going to enrich uranium. We've got that going on over inside of New York, and Colorado Springs police officer last night ended up getting ambushed. Can't make that up either. That actually happened as well. Multiple of them. They shot and killed the suspect. We're going to go over that. And we're going to go over the way forward for Israel, because you better believe it, they've got a new freaking focus and a new dang agenda. So with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get into this and start talking about what the hell is going on in this world. First things first, though. First things first. 11 Iranians over the weekend were freaking arrested. And thank God the Trump administration is actually going to be going after the people responsible for it. What do I mean by the people responsible for it? Well, this.
So, the president signed an executive order just this week threatening to defund sanctuary cities for their policies. Why not just arrest the leaders who are harboring and shielding illegal aliens, actually terrorists, from deportation?
Wait to see what's coming.
Yeah, he just literally said, wait till you see what's coming. So I think that that is a sign that they are going to be arresting or going after the mayors of these cities. They don't want them. They're going after them. You don't get to like harbor freaking criminals. And when I say criminals, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not joking when I say criminals. You guys, look at this. This guy right here served as an Iranian sniper between 2018 and 2021. He was arrested this weekend up inside of Alaska, and ICE has been hunting these suckers down. Saw a video earlier of them chasing dudes over inside of California, just running in and out of freaking places, and on and on and on and on and on. Well, ICE has, it definitely appears, has put their focus on going after these guys and getting them. I see, yeah, people are saying, like, get them out, dude. I don't know how many Americans actually want to have these guys here in the United States, but I really don't think the number is that high, and I think it's okay to go after. There's a lot of people worried about sleeper cells and on. I know, and I know I talked about it a little bit last night with the sleeper cells. And in fact, there might be, according to Donald Trump, some super cells here in the United States of America. And it's a big worry. Well, it looks like ICE is actually hunting them down. Like I said, they ended up going after that freaking many of them. Now, this gentleman, believe it or not, what's being reported is he got found with his IRGC Army identification on him. That was in his possession when he got arrested. Now, don't take my word for that. You can take U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, because they are actually the ones that came out and said that. This man literally had his Iranian military ID card on him from back. He served allegedly from 2018 to 2021, and he ended up getting arrested in the United States of America. And he's still carrying that damn thing. Imagine that. So, I mean, I can't picture him being a freaking spy and still carrying that ID card. God only knows why. Maybe he fled. But yeah, he served as a damn sniper. Got picked up over in Alaska, in Locust, as a matter of fact. Yep. He failed to adjust his status from a K-1 visa, and it made him removable. So they ended up taking him off the streets. Thank God. There was another Iranian national I saw that got arrested that had, what was it? His wife had filed a restraining order against him, and when they ended up picking him up, he had like a pistol in his pocket, or I'm sorry, pistol tucked in his waistband. I mean, they're just going after these guys left and right. You can just go over to like ICE's website or ICE's Twitter page and check this shit out. Like, ICE San Francisco arrested Iranian criminal alien, bombing, blah, 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 blah. All right. Ordered removal 25 years ago, but he never left. Imagine that. Dude, there's tons of these dang people that are out there. It's funny to watch people like troll on them. There was another guy I ended up seeing that ended up having, where was that? So there's your Iranian guy, right? We'll just go ahead and make sure we share that with the world in case somebody missed it. But yeah, there was another guy. I want to see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, there he is. Here we go. This Iranian is not Lucky because we caught him, but because he had loaded 9 mil and he had hidden his pants while we cuffed him and it didn't go off. They arrested him in June of 22. He came to the United States on an F1 student visa in December 9th, 2016, was arrested the next year for trying to suffocate a family member. His wife claimed he had threatened her and his family in Iran, so she was terrified of him and she got a restraining order. University of Texas terminated his student visa in 2018, yet he's still here. He attempted to reopen his case, but the immigration judge denied the motion. And there you go. Some freaking fat old Iranian standing like that with a dang pistol tucked in his pants. So thank God these guys are actually getting picked up by ICE and they're on their way out. But let's talk about this mayoral guy running for freaking mayor over in New York City for a second. Zohran Mamdani. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Zohran Mamdani. This gentleman, believe it or not, yeah, didn't go off. Wasn't a SIG. Who's making these dang comments, man? Oh, you guys freaking get me going every single time. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't a SIG. Let's see. Nathan says, yes, I am concerned. I worked at LAX. Doesn't surprise me. Sun Wukong says, after New York City elects a Haji and hits rock bottom, you'll think it'll bounce or splatter. Well, good question, because I actually have a great case study that we're going to look at as soon as I show you guys the current election tallies, right, that are currently being put out. It's freaking wild what is actually out and about right now. I turned back and I focused on the U.S. because some of this crap is getting crazy. But I want you to look at some of this crap. Like I said, he threatened or brought up globalizing the Intifada, and there is a quote that I ended up having to highlight down here. He was claiming that all the elected officials, and falsely claiming, by the way, all the elected officials were flying over to Israel on taxpayer dollars and several other freaking wild things. He's absolutely batshit freaking nuts, right? He's crazy. I've got some of his other things that he's been known for. How do I want to say this? Being, I don't want to say it's controversial over, right? But the biggest one was calling for globalizing the Intifada. And just so you guys are aware, I ended up doing a little bit of background research on him. He was born in Kampala, Uganda, spent some time in South Africa, moved to New York at the ripe young age of 7, and then it's kind of continued on from there. I believe I had his birth year. Here we go. Yeah. October 18th of 1991. So this guy's what, 33 years old, 34 years old? Depending. Yeah. Dude, absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that this guy himself is running for mayor of New York City. And he's actually doing a pretty good job. We go over to, what the hell am I at? CBS News updates. They got him in the lead. 43.5% right here. 43.5% versus 36%. All right. Over Andrew Cuomo. He's got, I don't know, 70,000 freaking votes on Andrew Cuomo right now. This guy actually might get elected. It's pretty crazy. Now, they're saying that this is the first round of voting, so don't get too excited about it, but it's a very real possibility that the guy might actually get elected, right? It's freaking nuts. Globalize the Intifada? Yeah, it gets you there. So you guys want to know if it's going to be all downhill? Well, I got a great case study for you. You want to see a case study? Here's a case study.
The mayor of London is Muslim. The mayor of Birmingham is a Muslim. The mayor of Leeds is Muslim. The mayor of Blackburn is Muslim. The mayor of Sheffield is Muslim. The mayor of Oxford is a Muslim. The mayor of Luton is a Muslim. The mayor of Oldham is a Muslim. The mayor of Rochdale is a Muslim. All of this was achieved by only 4 million Muslims out of the 66 million people in England. Today in England, there are over 3,000 mosques. There are over 130 Sharia courts in England, and there are more than 50 Sharia councils. 78% of Muslim women do not work and receive state support and free accommodation. 63% of Muslims do not work and receive state support and free housing. State-supported Muslim families have an average of 6 to 8 children who all receive free accommodation. Every school in the UK is required to teach about Islam. The #1 most common baby name in England is Muhammad. This is not immigration. This is invasion.
Just so you guys know, I don't know if that's a good case study. I like to think it is. Look over at the UK. I couldn't help but notice that, all of the freaking time, it seems like whatever's happening over in the EU tends to bleed its way over here in the United States of America. Sun Wukong just said splat. Splat. Thank God I do not live in New York City. Seriously. some of the stuff that I seen going on there. And I'll tell you also down in Dallas, right? Dallas, Texas. Seeing guys like handing out Quran, seeing the Epic Center getting, or the Epic City being put in over in Dallas that like the current governor is fighting. All of that crap, dude, it's going on all over the place. And I don't think anybody realizes it. But, you know, if you're worried about all of that, like I said, I did some digging into this guy. I did some digging into him, and he actually was rapping for a while under the name Young Cardamom. Can't make this crap up. Uh-oh. No, you're going to want to hear this.
Who's the number one spice? Who's the number one spice? Bring the flavor to the fish, bring the flavor to the rice. Who's the number one spice? Voy a ganar quiere, voy a ganar nice. Okay, so yo con marketing with good price. Who's the number one spice? Who's the number one spice?
That guy. Throwing it out there. It's not coming to America. That's the guy. Like, that's him. The dude on the left. Right there, crawling out of that TV. That guy. That's the guy. He's running for mayor. He's in the wind. He's in the wind. You want to see the craziest part about all this, though? If you don't like think that like there's like I'm not a huge conspiracy theory guy, as you all know. I like to base things off of facts and reason and everything else. What did you come back to? We're looking at the New York City mayor, man, or the soon to be, because New York apparently is electing this guy. Now, you want to see the crazy thing? You want to see the crazy thing about this dude? Disney Music Vivo, 37.5 million subs, and this video itself has almost 600,000 views. Can't make that shit up. And there it is. If you guys want to go look it up for yourself and subject yourself to all of that crap, you're more than welcome to, but that's where it's at. But yeah, if you're worried about that, then be worried about it. Let me take you guys over to Colorado Springs, Colorado, where last night we actually had officers get ambushed. They ended up getting a call for service at an apartment complex. They ended up showing up. Guy had a gun. And according to local news reports, they say that they ended up firing at least one shot at the guy. All I'm saying is that dude right there that's like in the middle of that security camera, he's seen some stuff, man. That dude like wasn't even phased. He's like, I'm getting behind the wall. I'm not going anywhere near it. I'm taking cover. And he like peeks around the corner just to see what the hell's going on. Y'all need to see that again. That's how quick it goes down.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, really? You want? Okay. Yeah, maybe I get it back. Now, what's funny is I ended up reading a police report on this, or not a police report. I'm sorry. I didn't read the police report. Ended up reading a news article on it saying that officers fired at least one shot each. The two officers that responded each fired at least one shot each. Like, yeah, no. They ended up firing more. And what the news report ended up saying that I read was that, when they ended up showing up, that the guy had a gun in his hand and went to go point it at officers. He was able to fire at least one shot at the officers before the officers returned fire and killed him. Flowmaster 5001, did the Crown Prince and the generals get their death warrant signed by the ceasefire happening? Oh, Flowmaster, we're about to go over the mass executions that are about to be taking place over inside of Iran. Don't you worry. Sun Wukong says the UK, where mayors are not being racist and more important than honest and the innocent elections have consequences, and you did it to yourself. Yeah, well, you know what the sad part is there, Sun Wukong? It really seems to me like the United States of America is always just a couple years behind stuff that's happening over in the UK. And that's what scares me, man, is that it is very possible that crap like that ends up coming here. And it absolutely shouldn't. Like, we shouldn't be facing all of the issues that the UK has. You look at what's been going on over there. I laughed last year. I remember seeing like German police that were actually like defending Jews, like on the streets and beating the crap out of violent protesters that were doing like horrible things. But do we really have to get to that point in America before we wake up and go, you know what? Maybe this is unacceptable. Maybe we shouldn't be voting for someone that says globalize the Intifada. But then again, Ilhan Omar's in office, so why the hell not, right? Sky God coming in, gifting out 20 Speak the Truth memberships. Appreciate you, brother. How the hell is that happening? America, it's time to wake up. Like, pay attention to what's going on around you. Like, yeah, I focus a lot on what's going on overseas, but then, I look around today and I'm like, holy shit. How is this crap happening in my own country? New York City of all places. Like, I know New York is liberal, right? Like, I know they've got liberals. They're over there, like, trying to stop ICE from detaining people, sanctuary city, whatever, right? But for the love of God, man, can we not elect people? New York, do us all a favor and don't elect people that want to globalize the Intifada, for crying out loud. Holy hell, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, I want to say it was the New York Times, CNN, and several other MSNBC, possibly. Let me double check all of the major news agencies that actually put this out, because I gotta state it. Let's see here. CNN, Fox. I know I remember seeing those other, but yeah, basically all of them ended up reporting today that there was a leaked intel report from the DIA that said that we didn't destroy Fordo and that Iran was still going to be capable of enriching uranium. Further, they said that we really didn't destroy any of their stuff because Iran ended up moving it. Sun Wukong says liberalism is a mental disorder. Yeah, bud. I don't know about a mental disorder, but I mean, it's my favorite quote. For those of you who have been around before, you've heard this. It is easier to fool someone than to convince them that they have been fooled, right? And I think that is kind of what has taken place here in this country. We have a lot of people that have been fooled, and they get so just ground into their freaking belief that even when you present them with like pure analytical data that shows that whatever it is that they believe is absolutely wrong, they refuse to accept it. They'll be like, oh, I'm going to look into that. And then they'll turn around, they'll walk away, and they won't do shit. They'll go and they'll find some video on TikTok. They'll flip through it and they'll be like, oh, yep, look, confirmation bias because this random influencer ended up saying it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And that's what's happening in this country. You know, for like a nation that has more access. Do you realize, like I heard this stat like years ago, the average American today with a smartphone has access, readily available access to more information than Ronald Reagan did when he was president. And yet we have people that are that flipping dumb. High Desert Marine coming in gifting out 5 Speak the Truth memberships, and Litau coming in gifting out 10 as well. Thank you very much. It blows my flipping mind that that's what's going on in this country, man. Like, how do you not do your own damn research before you develop an opinion and vote somebody in office that screams globalize the Intifada? And the worst part is there's actually a lot of liberals in New York, and why he's probably succeeding is because he's playing on their white guilt, and they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They have no idea what the hell they're voting for, and they're going to end up getting a really rude awakening. They are. It's freaking sad. I would get the hell out of there if I was like, it's going to be the next, I mean, not that it's not up there yet, but it's going to be damn close to California. Now, I don't even know if I want to bring this up as I sit there and go, I want to put that over at the end of the stack. Let's just go. I'm just going to take a bit of a rant break.
Of Iran's nuclear facilities last weekend did not destroy the core components of the country's nuclear program and likely only set it back a few months.
That's right. So this is an assessment that actually is out from the Defense Intelligence Agency. That is the Pentagon's intelligence arm. And it was based on a battle damage assessment conducted by U.S. CENTCOM after the strikes, according to one of the sources. Let's go to CNN national security correspondent Natasha Bertrand, who has this exclusive new reporting. This is to that question that has been asked about how much damage has been done. This is a real question. It's also a political question that has been to something that Donald Trump has been sort of dealing with here recently. What are you learning, Natasha?
Yeah, look, Brianna, this is the first assessment that we are getting that the U.S. intelligence community has found about the battle damage that resulted from those U.S. military strikes on these 3 Iranian nuclear facilities over the weekend. And as you said, it was produced by the Defense Intelligence Agency, which is the Pentagon's intelligence arm. And it is worth noting that it is a very early assessment. The strikes were only a matter of days ago, and the intelligence community is still gathering intelligence. They are still working to come up.
Okay, so are you going to quote the damn intel report? Are you even going to show it? Are you going to pretend like you've even read the damn thing? Or are you just going to regurgitate what the other mainstream media sources have said? Geez, I wonder. And she does come out, and that is the catchphrase that I notice all these dang mainstream media outlets doing, is they say, well, you know, it's important to note, it was like an early report. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself an out, so that if I'm wrong, because I know I probably am, I'm just doing this because I feel like it. If I'm wrong, at least I've gotten out that I can fall back on later. Holy freaking cow.
With a full comprehensive picture of what exactly happened here, but based on a battle damage assessment that was carried out by U.S. Central Command, essentially looking at the images and looking at what was actually damaged, the Defense Intelligence Agency has assessed that the core components of Iran's nuclear program are largely intact, and that Iran's nuclear program has essentially only been set back by months. Now,
okay, so from looking at the images, to be clear, according to CNN, that this DIA report, the freaking Defense Intelligence Agency, only assessed damage based off of looking at the images. And yet CNN, Fox News, whoever the hell else came out with it, decided it'd be a good idea to state the entire world and cause a freaking uproar after we just bombed another nation. That's how they know. They looked at pictures and determined, even though there ain't jack and shit but 6 holes in the ground over it for dough, they're able to determine off of that. That's what this lady wants you to believe, that off of those images, that is all the information that they're going to use to put that out. Kiss my butt, lady. That is so ridiculous. It's not even funny, but it's being parroted by so many people. I mean, so many people. God forbid we listened to anybody that's actually like a spokesperson for this, right? God forbid. For example.
Well, it goes without saying that leaking that type of information, whatever the information, whatever side it comes out on, is outrageous. It's treasonous. So it ought to be investigated, and whoever did it, whoever's responsible for it, should be held accountable. It could hurt lives in the future. Leaking is a completely unacceptable thing. But let me give you, because I've read all the damage assessment reports from not just our government, but from other governments. And I'm not going to get into anything that's top secret, but let me tell you for sure what happened here. There are three distinct facilities in Iran that we were concerned with. Isfahan, which is a conversion facility. You cannot weaponize unless you have what's called the conversion process at the beginning of enrichment, and then a conversion process to metallicize the material at the end of enrichment. That conversion facility, which as far as we know is the only facility in Iran that can do this, was completely destroyed at Isfahan. It's above ground. It was hit with a 30,000-pound bunker buster, and it could not survive that hit. So they have no conversion.
And I'm also going to point out right here that he just claimed that Isfahan was hit with a 30,000-pound bunker buster. Did anybody else hear that? Because I hadn't heard that before. So out of the 14 bombs that got dropped, we got told that Natanz got hit with them, but we didn't hear anything about Isfahan being hit with them. He did stumble in the word Natanz. Maybe he got confused. I do it sometimes. I know even, like, it happens. It does. It happens. But maybe one happened to find its way over to Isfahan as well. Fordo got completely and totally blasted. Sun Wukong, given the current DNI, what is the current state of quality and strategic operational intel? Well, here's the thing, Sun Wukong, and this is Matt's opinion when it comes to intelligence, is that it's only as good as, number one, the people that are collecting it, the people that are writing the reports, and the people that are putting all of that information together, right? And then you have to understand that that information basically is then going through a filter until it gets its way up to the top. Now, it is possible, right? Because I think most Iraq, Afghan war vets can attest to this. If you would have gone based off of like all of the like post-engagement freaking analysis, okay, if you will, that were taking place overseas, dude, we should have been out of Afghanistan like 15 freaking years ago because we beat the Taliban like 10 times over, right? Because what ends up happening is people put things in at the bottom and then somebody else gets it to another higher level and they go, oh, you know what? I don't really like that. That makes us look bad. Boop, and they yank that little piece of information. And then before you know it gets to the top. And so, yeah, it is like, if you want to know my opinion, it is conceivable. It's conceivable to me that that information may have gotten filtered out. It is. Like, if you want my perfect, honest opinion, it is conceivable to me that it could have happened. Is it probable in this situation? In Matt's opinion, no, it's not probable. If you think the only thing the United States government did to confirm whether or not those sites were completely and totally dismantled was to take a look at a couple different satellite images, I think you're grossly mistaken. That's a pretty freaking bold move, man. Absolutely bold move. So, Sun Wukong, given the current DNI, what is the current state of quality and strategic operational intel? Depends. Depends. I mean, pretty sure she came out with a nuclear video not that long ago, right before all of these strikes happened. It's freaking ridiculous, man. Latau, anyone will know that we know Trump knew that Iran cleared the facility out. It busted a nuclear facility from being a fortified nuclear playground and destroyed it on top of that. Just going to throw that one out there. They also ended up destroying the dang place. Freaking nuts, man. Freaking nuts. But here is the thing. Trump also came out and said, based on everything we have seen, and I've seen it all, our bombing campaign obliterated Iran's ability to create nuclear weapons. Our massive bombs hit exactly the right spot at each target and worked perfectly. The impact of those bombs is buried under a mountain of rubble in Iran. So anyone who says the bombs were not devastating is just trying to undermine the president and the successful mission, Excess told the outlet. Now, it's weird that everybody is doing a hit piece, which they knew would end up coming after Trump today. And I'm not sitting here trying to back up Donald Trump, but, I ended up playing the video from this morning. I ended up playing a video this morning of what was going on with Trump and his angry rants and everything else. Let me grab that for you real quick because it should be right up here. Hold on. Where's the video of Trump? Where's he at? This is audio. Oh, come on, man. Where's the Trump cussing video? I know I had that sucker. Whatever, man. Trump sat there and he slammed CNN. He slammed all of these mainstream media outlets this morning. Just ranted and raved. And I know everybody heard him drop. You know what? I have that. Maybe I even have that. I don't know, man. Whatever. He cussed. Who gives a crap? But he sat there and he trashed on the mainstream media outlets. And then today they end up all ganging up and putting some information together that makes it look like he's a giant pile of garbage and it was all a failed freaking op. Jasmine Rose. Holy smoke show, Matt. Thank you for keeping us well informed. Can you please repost the Discord for members only? Yes, ma'am. I absolutely can do that. I will make sure I take care of that. My sincerest apologies that I have forgotten to do that thus far. It is a new week and it is Tuesday and I have yet to post the new Discord link for everyone. So yeah, I'll get on that so that you guys can get in there. Of course. Yeah. So there's Trump making that statement. On top of that, we also had Netanyahu came out and gave a huge 10-minute speech, and we're not going to listen to it today, but I'm going to have you listen to this tiny little piece of it.
חיסלנו מאות מפעילי משטר, בהתקפה המוחצת ביותר שראתה טהרן ב-50 השנים האחרונות. אזרחי ישראל, אני מודה בשמכם לידידי הנשיא טראמפ ולארצות הברית על חלקם בהגנת ישראל ובהסרת איום.
So, citizens of Israel, on your behalf, I thank our friend President Donald Trump and the United States for their part in defending Israel and removing the Iranian nuclear threat. Now, of all flipping people on this planet, the man who, after Donald Trump told him, don't you dare drop those bombs, turn those dang planes around, decided, you know what? I'm dropping bombs anyway. Donald Trump got up today in front of his country and said that the United States of America removed the damn nuclear threat. Now, this man's country has been under attack for the last 12 days. Last night, numerous people, or early this morning, Israeli time, whatever, numerous people ended up getting killed over inside of Israel. A freaking ballistic missile ended up exploding inside of an apartment complex, killing multiple members of a single family. If anybody wants to make sure that Iran does not have a freaking nuclear weapon, who we know for a fact they have intel assets on the flipping ground, says that we destroyed their nuclear capability, that man right there has zero reason to lie to the world, because he is so damn concerned that if Iran gets a nuclear weapon, it's going to blow Israel off the map. Blow it off the map. So yeah, if you want Matt's opinion, I think that the nuclear threat is gone, just based on that alone. Based on the fact that he's got zero reason to lie. Martin Finley. Matt, since when are we believing presidents or any politicians? Netanyahu? That's a valid reason, dumbass. Holy crap. I just laid out the case for you for why it's valid. That is a valid reason. That is exactly why. because that country is threatening to blow his off the map and was enriching uranium. This is the problem with Americans. Holy freaking cow, man. Holy cow. You've got to be from California or New York, dude. You have to be. There's no way you're that dense. Like, I don't normally sit here and crap on people that watch the channel, but bro, seriously? Seriously. Not everything in this world is a damn conspiracy theory, man. Like, what the hell? Like, mind blown. You can't be serious, dude. What the hell would Netanyahu benefit? How would he benefit from lying about Iran not having, like, do you think he wants to get nuked? Do you think he doesn't want a country? Let's say he's a power-hungry SOB. Do you think he doesn't want a country to run? Like, are you nuts? Holy freaking cow, dude. Ed, I appreciate that, man. Ed thinks I'm doing great tonight. Man, dude, you can't be that freaking ignorant, baby. You can't. There's just no way you can be that ignorant. Mohammed Eslami, chief of Iran's Atomic Nuclear Energy Organization, says one day before the Israeli attack, a third unknown enrichment facility was established and will soon be activated to begin enrichment. Iran is going to continue to enrich uranium, as we've all known. Now, this is supposed to be a ceasefire. Iran is supposed to come to the table. And as I have said, I find it highly unbelievable that Iran would actually come to the negotiating table and say, you know what? We're going to give up our uranium. We're not going to enrich it because they've been fighting for it for so flippin' long. You want to hear somebody maybe that was lying? You want to hear somebody that might not be telling the truth? How about the Ayatollah? How about that? Jeez, man. So freaking ridiculous. You guys want to know what's going on with Khamenei? Everybody wants to know if he's dead. He might not be dead, but he might be seriously wounded, or at least I think. You know why? Here's why.
خرم شهر چیزه خیلی سریحه یعنی اصلا اینو ساختیم که خیلی سریح باشه خیلی نگران حالا حضرت آقا یه خورده میگین حالا آقا چطورن خوبه
این نگرانی ارزشمندی است و حکایت از
خیلی پیام و اینا داریم که از آقای فضایلی بپرسید یعنی میخوام بگم که
من خب با خود ما هم تماس‌های مختلفی وجود داره و دوستان مختلفی نگرانی رو دارند. عرض می‌کنم اصل این نگرانی ارزشمندی است و حاکی از پیوند بسیار نزدیک مردم با رهبرشون هست و از اون طرف هم خب دشمن با اطلاع از این ارتباط و این اتصال قلبی و صمیمیتی که بین مردم و رهبری وجود داره تلاش میکنه که اونها رو نگران بکنه بابت این مسئله. هممون باید در حقیقت دعاگو باشیم و امیدوار هستیم که
ما دعامون رو انجام میدیم شما کاراتون رو دارید
اون کسایی که باید اون کسانی که وظیفه در حفظ و صیانت از رهبری رو دارن حتما اونها هم وظیفهشون رو خوب انجام میدن و انشالله مردم ما در کنار رهبری و رهبرشون پیروزی رو جشن خواهند گرفت انشالله.
God willing, the people will celebrate it with their leadership. And he didn't directly answer the question saying, yeah, the Ayatollah is fine. As a matter of fact, he told people that they need to be praying. Why would he say that? Why do you think he would say that? I don't think the Ayatollah is doing so hot right now. If he ain't dead, he's probably not happy. He's been really quiet. You mean to tell me that Trump and Netanyahu are making statements about how the entire freaking world is laughing at Iran? Trump put out a damn trolling video. In case you guys missed the opening, Trump literally put out a trolling video today. I don't know if you look. Trump put out a trolling video. Trump put that out today. Bomb Iran. And the Ayatollah doesn't say a word. Dude, my ass. That dude's not doing hot right now. I don't think he's doing great. I really don't. It's just, it's obscene to me. Danny Golan says, I think Fordo didn't collapse, but the centrifuges are done because they're super fragile. Highly likely, and probably buried. Probably collapsed it. What I heard was that it did get collapsed. Could be wrong, but that's what I heard. Giovanni, 8 months here strong for some people. This is why shampoo has instructions. God, man. Andrew Goodard, upgraded, becoming an ultimate true supporter. Welcome to the club, baby. Welcome to the club. Sun Wukong, coming in with 5. He says, I think New York City is now official. Investing in U-Haul stock. Oh, that's a good one, man. Oh, geez. Yeah, time to do that. Tom White, coming in with $6.99. He says, from Canada, recommend the article Dark Money Nightmare, How Qatar Bought the Ivy League. Islam Qatari money is infiltrating universities and shaping minds of student voters. Yeah, you know what, Tom? We actually talked about that months ago. The amount of Qatari money that was pouring into U.S. universities is absolutely insane. I'm going to have to go back and refresh my memory on it so I can just start spitting those facts out, but it is. It's a lot of crap, man. It's a lot of garbage that they end up spitting out, man. It is a lot of money, and they are infiltrating the universities, and they have gone after them. It's freaking wild. So, yeah, that's what's going on with the Ayatollah. What else is going on over inside of Iran? Well, according to Iran, let me just get this up on the screen for you guys and mute it before I hit it, but it's going to play volume anyways. I got to figure out how to auto-mute that. Mossad agents allegedly have been rounded up all around Iran. And most of them, the vast majority of them, appear to be Afghans, believe it or not. And these Afghans were said to have been paid off by Mossad agents to go over and blow up power plants and power facilities. Rumors are that when people are now leaving their house over inside of Tehran, whether this is propaganda or it's actual fact, I mean, honestly, it could be either. It could be factual or it could be propaganda, but people are literally having their phones checked. If they are liking, now this part is true, that the regime did put out that if you are liking like pro-Zionist posts or pro-American posts or pro-anything, that you better delete that crap. And Iranian officials are checking their phones. Stopping them on the streets and checking their phones. And if they end up having that crap on their phone, guess what? Guess what? They're arresting them. They're beating the freaking brakes off of them. They're holding some of them as spies. And there's allegedly a mass execution that is said to be planned. Say that again. Iran is currently rounding up people for a mass execution. So my question to the Iranian people is, where the hell are you? Where's your revolution? Why aren't you out there in the streets? Why aren't you trying to freaking go after these people? Where's your organization? You guys were all bolstered up talking about a freaking revolution, talking about wanting to overthrow the guy. You even got a leader that's actually out there freaking taking the streets, trying to do good things, but nope. Got a report that 115 people were arrested in one city in just 1 hour following the ceasefire. 115 people arrested in one city within 1 hour over Iran following the ceasefire. No Mercy says, Cappy Army had a good video on the Fordo strike today explaining how it worked. Thank you. It's good, man. I go watch it. Try to take in as much information as humanly possible. I really do. Not going to lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. My brain is freaking fried. My brain is fried from all of this stupidity in the media today. And I'll let you guys know right now. Gaza is going to get hot. Gaza is getting hot. Not going to come out fully with it. I'm sure the information is going to come out soon. But I'm telling you right now, Gaza is about to get really hot. Netanyahu said that he is going to be refocusing his attention on Gaza now that the ceasefire in Iran is allegedly gone through. There is false reports right now of Israeli soldiers that have been captured inside Gaza. That was an AI-generated image, in case any of you guys don't know. Matt, look at Minnesota, Iranian arrested by ICE. Do I have to? Is it going to piss me off? I feel like I'm going to be pissed off if I look at that. How about this, man? Because my brain is fried right now, I will look into that here after the stream. I just need a break. For this last week, my brain is just fried dealing with people. All those people. Yeah. So anyways, Gaza. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to get hot. And when I say it's going to get hot, I mean fighting is about to intensify greatly. You're going to watch Israel uptick airstrikes. You're going to watch them uptick ground operations. They're going to be going after trying to get the hostages back. And following the news release, it's going to be coming up very soon. You're going to hear about it. And I feel like it's going to be something that is going to grab the world's attention yet again. So stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, just as I do every single day. Hey, I rearranged the studio, if you guys can tell. I did. Somebody asked me about this flag up over my head the other day. They sent me a post. Just so you guys know, that's my mission flag from when I was in the Army. Carried it all around the world. Had it with me everywhere I went. It's my favorite flag. My sister, when she took her oath as a firefighter for her very first full-time firefighter job, actually made sure that that flag was there for that as well. It's got a lot of history to it, and I love that flag. It's got dirt in it. I just love it to death. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to see you guys first thing tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the Speak the Truth podcast. Peace, love, happiness, and God bless. I'm out of here.